Hi everyone, my name's Jason. I'm here today to do an unboxing of my new graphics card, the GTX 1070. It's by Zotac and it's the Amp Extreme version. In my system I currently run a Gigabyte GTX 970 G1 Gamer. And it's still one hell of a fantastic card today, especially seeing as I'm on 1080p gaming. Hopefully soon I'm buying an ultra-wide monitor, probably a 100Hz one, or if one comes out around 75Hz would be ideal for me. That's one of the reasons I needed to replace my graphics card. So when I was looking at the cards, I did have in my mind a budget price. I was thinking I don't want to pay £400 odd for a card, but at the same time I don't want to buy one that's just a bog standard card. And strangely enough, the Zotac Gtx 1070 Amp Extreme came out and it was one of the cheapest cards. So I looked at some reviews and I was a bit gobsmacked. So I thought I'd take the plunge and I'd buy this one. So let's take a look at it. Let's open it up and see what's inside. So what have we got here? We've got Ice Storm, Spectra, EcoFan and Firestorm. I'll talk about them more as we open up and show you the card. But that's the back of the box if you're interested. So it's a nice presentation, we can't complain at that. Nice, clean, nothing special, but not bad at all. Presentation wise, looks okay. Can't complain. It's a box. But inside the box, that's got a CD in and I'm guessing a manual of some kind. Yeah, it looks like a manual of some kind. So I'll put that over there. Might need that CD later. Okay, we have a couple of cables. Oh, okay. 8-pin cables. Right, I know this card needs two 8-pin connectors, so you need to check your power supply out. Make sure you've got those two 8-pin connectors. If your power supply hasn't, I do have to warn you, I don't know what connection these are, but they look like to me modular connections. I mean, I've bought plenty of modular power supplies, I've never took the time and looked at the connections. Do yourself a favour, get yourself a couple of adapters or one adapter, whatever it takes to fit onto your power supply. I am expecting a pretty big card and it looks pretty big. So here we go. Oh, excitement. Oh, okay. I know I want to take out the wrapping, but everyone says this is a heavy card, and it's heavy. I mean, I've seen a few reviews where they say this card's heavy. I've got to tell you now, it's heavier than what I thought it would be, even after knowing it was going to be very heavy. It's like lifting up a very good quality power supply, or say a bag of sugar or two. I'm not really sure, but it's a very heavy card, guys and girls. Okay, let's get this box out of the way and then we can get on with looking at this card. Right, here we go. I'll take it out of here. I'm going to try and keep it on here for you guys to look at. There it is, the Zotac 1070 Amp Extreme. Whoa. Okay, first impressions from me. Feels really premium. The actual shroud around the fan, this part, feels solid. You can actually see the size of it here. People call it 2.5 slots. Okay, I think that's like, it's 3 slots, isn't it? We're not going to be able to use the 3rd slot, so it's taken up 3 slots. So tall wise, it's taller than my G1 Gamer, and that was a big card. You see the shroud here, and the shroud does feel like a really tough quality shroud. It does, it feels really high quality. These areas, it looks like fiberglass. I know you're all probably thinking, oh, are they fiberglass? Well, I turned it over, the card. If we have a look here at the sides, you can see that it's not actually fiberglass, it's like a plastic, this. But if you look inside that, you can see the whole colour of the fiberglass is built into the plastic. Again, that makes me feel like a bit more quality there going in. Okay, let's go back to the front of the card. There's a heatsink here. There's 2 parts of the heatsink. It covers pretty much all. Is it all? Yeah, it's all of the circuit board. So we've got a lot of heatsink covering a lot of area for cooling down the CPU. We've got copper pipes in here. If you look in the gaps here, okay, see them all? 1, 2, 3. Looks like there's about 6. Again, if I turn the card around and we look at this area here, you can see some of the copper pipes. I believe there's about 6 being counted, and I believe 5 or 6 of them go over the GPU, the actual processor itself. Again, overkill, but a lot of cooling on the GPU. I mean, I'm looking at this card and I'm thinking monster for cooling. I'm going to turn it around now to look at the back plate. The back plate has a really nice push the limit logo. I like that because it lights up as well. It just looks nice there. Love the grey. I actually really like the yellow and the grey together. I think that looks really great. It doesn't fit in with the colour of my system. I don't really care too much about the colours. It's solid. It's got holes for the heat to come in, which some of them don't, which is very strange. I do think there's heat at the back there, and I do think we need a bit of escape there. And it's nice to see they've done that. We've got our two 8-pins, remember, two 8-pins. Make sure your power supply supports that. If it doesn't, you'll either need a new power supply or you'll need one of those Molex or SATA 2 8-pin connectors, which is a very easy and cheap way of converting your power to that. I believe they call the Shroud and the cooling system that they use Ice Storm. So Ice Storm, it's really nice. It looks really premium. It feels like quality. Looks like it's really going to do the job, and it's got some lights for all you customization people out there. Love the look of the fans. I love the silver on them with the Zotac label. I think that looks really nice. And I mean, I'm looking at the fins, and each fin has an individual smaller fin on it. I believe they've done that because in normal fans there's a dead zone where the air doesn't reach, and they've done that to kind of like shrink or even get rid of, eliminate that dead zone. But it also is supposed to make it a bit more quieter for your fans. So I can't wait to overclock this thing and actually listen to these fans, see if they are silent. My 970 was brilliant. It was like, you couldn't hear it in my system. It was just very quiet. And that was even when I was overclocking it. On general looks, on general feel, I would say this is a 10 out of 10. I would give it top marks. It's the most premium feeling card I've ever had in my hand. It's a heavy card, which I give it actual points for because I like heavy cards. I'm a bit concerned about putting it inside my case because I think it might tilt a little bit. But no, it's, yeah. Hi everyone, I'm Jason and welcome to my first unboxing of the GTX.